Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin altcoins and everything else. And as you see guys, Bitcoin is in rising wedge, so there is that. How's everybody doing in the chat, guys? Hope you're doing well. It's not, not much is actually happening right now, and the triple bottom from yesterday is still on the dollar, waiting to happen. So we are still waiting for this move towards that. So we're gonna talk a little bit about lines, where they go and stuff like that. So that is that. Are we gonna talk about elephant in the room? Vinet, how much X's did your portfolio from your time you purchased after the last bull market? Not a lot of X's, I gotta be honest with you, man. Not a lot of X's. The problem is when Bitcoin bottomed down at 20k, instead of buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, I bought everything else. And as you know, everything else went down after that. And then, when we had the pump from October to right now, a month ago or something like that, it came in profit very nicely. Unfortunately, the latest dump put me, just barely above, something is my portfolio buying or something like that. Some coins did well, most coins did not. So, there's that. So I did make mistakes, the mistakes was, made. So, there's that. But, it's gonna play out nicely. My wife bought also some. She's up a lot more than me because she bought, bottoms on coins that did not, go down. And the best investor so far is my mother-in-law because she bought, Bitcoin at 20k and Ethereum at 1k. So there is that. Straight to the point. Peter, how you doing, man? Good morning, Dr. Kala. How you doing? Sun Daily Coffee, nice. Sputnik, morning. Much love from London, nice. I have 10k. How to invest? I don't know. I heard about these, meme coins that are pumping hard. Rupees to dollars, exactly. The currency is important. Full moon in the sky here, Sydney, Australia. Gen X, how you doing, man? Yeah, yesterday I wrote in Telegram, look up, guys, look up, because I was actually outside a couple times and I looked at the moon and it was so big, it's so nice. It's not super moon, but it is very, very nice. So, I'm getting very bullish. Now, I do think that we're gonna have a dump before the big pump over here. So, there is that. So, I think this is gonna, pull down a little bit towards downside. And the target is something like this over here, at lowest. And midline is also over here, somewhere over here. It might just do something like this over here, and continue towards the upside, but this is also probable right now. We're gonna see what kind of dump we get. Bear market again. Good morning, Melissa. How you doing, man? Beardless, we are all wrecked. Unfortunately, you crossed 40 age. No, I went back 10 years. The late adopter, we are all late. Beard is gone. It's bear market. Good morning, TLA, young TLA. What's up, beardless TLA? There we go, there we go. So, right now, Bitcoin is going inside this rising wedge towards the upside, as you can see. And yesterday we chatted a little bit in Telegram about where this bottom line is, because if you look at the bottom line up here, it's not actually on the dollar over here. So, wait. It's not actually on the dollar, so it depends on how you draw the line, right? Because if you draw a line something like this over here, it doesn't look like a channel. If you draw it from these levels over here, these are not actually getting hit or anything like that. But if you go to the daily time frame, no, not daily time frame, 4-hourly time frame over here, we got this close over here, and then we got this touchdown here, maybe something like this, give or take. I do know that not everything, but it does look to me like it is rising wedge. I mean, give or take, it is rising. It is getting it is getting squeezed. It is rising towards upside. It is definitely rising wedge. So where the lines are actually going or not, that kind of depends a little bit. But give or take, this is rising wedge right now, and these rising wedges do have tendency to break towards downside. We do know that. We still have hopium that this is just gonna break towards upside and we just gonna explode. This can still happen because right now we're coming down to the support level. But overall, I do believe that it might happen that we go towards downside a little bit. If you remember, not so long ago over here, this is the date if you remember, 8th of the April, that was the big date. This is the solar eclipse, and everybody was saying it's gonna be some kind of doomsday and stuff like that. But if you remember the date, we said this is gonna go down. Now, what happened on the exact date? The first we went up, and only on the 9th of April, the day after the solar eclipse, we had a bearish engulfing candle, tried to break up here, broke down over here, and then it just continued going down. And right now we are doing this, you know, reversal pattern towards upside. But the important thing to notice is that on the date itself, the 8th of April, we did not actually dump, we actually pumped. So just because we got a full moon right now over here, let's just see if we get a moon chart. There we go. We got right now this this full moon over here. That's, you know, we are hoping it's gonna pump us towards upside. We might have a, you know, dump over here before we actually have a pump towards upside. You know, dump over here, and then, you know, continue towards upside. It doesn't have to happen exactly on the date when it comes to the moons, guys. Doesn't have to happen exactly on the date, but so the dump towards downside is not unlikely considering the moons. But this rising wedge is what it is right now, pulling us towards downside. As there is that. Now, if you do look at a weekly time frame over here, what you're gonna see here on the chart, I wouldn't say this is actually a doji over here, because it does look very, very nice. Could we have a, you know, this triple wick on the bottom down here? I think we can. I'm a little bit unsure whether we're gonna go down to 60k or 62k or anything like that. If you look at a over here, I mean the pullback over here is gonna happen. I think right now. I think this pullback is this triple bottom that's being created right now. So we might have a triple bottom towards downside before the move towards downside. The only question is how much we're gonna pull down once we get out of this rising wedge over here towards upside, right? So this is the rising wedge over here, goes something like this, give or take. And the only question is how much we are gonna pull back towards downside over here. And if you go to the weekly time frame, you know, you'll see that, you know, these levels over here are somewhere over here. So what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the weekly time frame over here, let's go to the weekly time frame, is right now that we are gonna create one of these wicks on the downside. We still got 5 days. We still got 5 days left and 16 hours on the weekly time frame. And you know, it's good enough time to, you know, pull back first, create this, you know, bigger wick on the downside over here, something like this or something like this, and then, you know, go towards upside again. This over here is not, you know, perfect doji, but, you know, we take what we get. On the other hand, if you go to the Ethereum chart, let's go to a clean Ethereum chart over here. Let's go to Qcoin. What you're gonna see over here on Ethereum chart is Ethereum actually has a very, very nice doji down here at the bottom, and these dojis are technically only giving you an indication that we are right now in some kind of indecision part. So, you know, you can technically have, you know, two triple doji up here at the bottom. You know, this can you know, play out for a while. But we do have a doji on the bottom, so it is looking very, very good. So will Ethereum also pull back down here before it actually goes towards upside? That kind of depends. Let's go here to the 4 hour. Let's see that, do we have a rising wedge? Because yeah, it looks like a channel more than a rising wedge over here on Ethereum. It should go something like this over here. It looks like just like a channeling towards the upside. So, you know, maybe it's gonna break down over here, consolidate, and then, you know, go towards the upside. This move outside of the trend towards downside might happen. If this does happen, this might be considered a capitulation move because it gets out of the trend towards downside. Regardless, we are at support right now. Now also these bearish mountains, these bearish mountains are always bearish, and they are already broke down over here. So, you know, it might actually continue breaking down. These bearish mountains are also telling me that there is a very high chance to break down. So the rising wedge on Bitcoin right now, the channel on Ethereum, it does look like it's gonna break down. Now the breakdown is not actually that bad, because if it pulls back, it is, you know, the move that we are looking for over here, and we are looking for this and continue going towards the upside again. Over here, you also see up here that right now, you know, it is creating this triple bottom as well on Ethereum. So, will the triple bottom hodl or not? That kind of depends. But, you know, the doji, the moons, all of the other shebang, you know, it looks nice. It looks definitely nice. Let's go back to the chart over here, and you'll see right now that Ethereum actually broke below the support levels up here. This blue box. There are two blue boxes on Ethereum over here, the top one and the bottom one over here right now, and we are just consolidating over here below the blue one. Once you break the support level, you expect this actually to continue bleeding towards downside. The fact that it's not actually bleeding towards the downside is actually a, you know, bullish sign. And right now the only thing we are doing is actually consolidating up here just below the box. So just below the blue box. So we are consolidating down here inside this zone below the support, and we are waiting for a move again above that those levels. Ethereum, Bitcoin up here is still pulling back down on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, you can see up here is creating some kind of, I think it might be creating this you know, some kind of shoe pattern up here. It might actually go towards upside, but you know, I'm never sure about this chart, man. This just looks like it's still bleeding towards downside, but over here you will see that, you know, it broke the support. Sorry, it broke the support, continue going down, but it's not actually dumping, it's just slowly kind of bleeding towards the downside. So even this part over here looks very, very bullish to me. So if you analyze this part over here, just on the chart, I'll go a little bit, you know, small time frames over here, that's this part over here, it looks like it is breaking the trend over here right now, and it is, you know, curving towards the upside. So I'm expecting this eventually to go towards the upside. So we're waiting for Bitcoin, Ethereum to go towards upside. We're waiting for Ethereum to outplay Bitcoin. We are waiting for Bitcoin dominance to crash towards downside. As you can see here, Bitcoin dominance is not crashing towards downside. Yes, it's just, you know, pulling back from these highs over here towards downside. Up here, it's still an uptrend up here. Nothing is actually broken, regardless of how you draw the line over here. You know, we need a little bit more time. Could this be have been the top on Bitcoin dominance? Very likely. But, you know, we need to wait for confirmation to say, you know, with full force that, you know, it is kind of over for Bitcoin. Unfortunately, right now, you know, it just holding. I also noticed that every time Bitcoin pumps like 3-4% like yesterday, Bitcoin dominance actually plays out very nicely. So that might indicate that that it's not quite over just yet when it comes to Bitcoin. Hey, I'm new, just want to ask you how long you work as trader. I don't work as trader, man. TLI is 35 years old, the baby face adapter. I just checked, last time I actually shaved my beard was 10 months ago. So, you know, in 10 months, when Bitcoin is at the top again, there will be beard, guys. It's okay. It's gonna come back. What would you invest if you had 18K left? Something good, something new, something that has a very strong narrative right now. Asking a search to do with your money. TLI, it has no reason to break down yet. There's no big events on the economic calendar. What do you mean? We are not talking about TLI. If you're talking about Bitcoin, like I do understand that there is no, you know, events that, you know, it's just gonna pull back because the chart says it's gonna pull back. It's not like, you know, the Iran-Israel war is gonna happen all over again or something like that. I'm not saying that. The only thing I'm saying is that, you know, we're gonna pull back. You know, Bitcoin is gonna pull back over here because, you know, you're gonna get this, you know, spring or something like that, triple bottom down here at the top and then go towards upside. I'm not saying this pullback is gonna come because, you know, Russia, China is gonna go to war or something like that. You know, but pullback is gonna happen. Pullbacks do happen, guys, regardless of whether there are any kind of events or not. For the most part, I'm like your mother-in-law. Investing granny style has a nice ring to it. Yeah, she's smart. She's like, Sasha, just buy me a little bit, you know, just buy Bitcoin, you know, just buy Bitcoin. I would like Bitcoin, you know. And I said, no, I'm gonna buy everything else. So she got some Ethereum too. I also believe Bitcoin dominance likely topped out 57, but we'll see. It kind of depends. Like, it does seem like it topped out. I do not know. Over here there is a move towards downside. Maybe there is a right now just channeling over here, you know, flagging towards downside up here, but we still don't see any kind of breakdown. So, you know, might do another move towards upside. It is really hard, and I do expect Bitcoin to, once it actually goes above 74K to 80K again or anything like that, I do actually expect Bitcoin again to, you know, pump towards upside. So could we see another move up here, you know, bigger move up here right now towards upside? I mean, it's technically probable. It's technically probable. And if Bitcoin does go, everything's gonna go. Guys, yesterday I wrote on Twitter something very, very important, and the important part is, when Bitcoin gets to 80K, it's too late to buy altcoins. Do you get it? it's always when, you know, Bitcoin pulls back, consolidates, goes a little bit down, everybody's in fear, altcoins are down like 30-40%, that's the time to buy altcoins, right? Because once Bitcoin is at 80k and slowly starts climbing towards 80k and altcoins start getting out, by the time Bitcoin is at 80k and, you know, you're feeling euphoric and, you know, bull market is back on and everything is gonna go through the roof and, you know, retail is coming, all of that, you know, altcoins are no longer down 30-40%. So if you're waiting for 80k Bitcoin, if you're waiting for confirmation, you know, it might be a nice thing to do, but you're not gonna get, you know, megs gains. Double top 10. Moves rarely happens without a catalyst. We have a core speeds. Yeah, you always look for something else out of the chart. Bitcoin makes high 78,901. That's a very specific number, man. That's a very, very specific number. Anyways, guys, I haven't actually, well, I've looked at, yeah, there has been some development besides crypto, and that's that gold is down by a bunch. I don't know if you noticed this over here. Yesterday gold dumped down like crazy and looks like it still continue dumping. Yesterday gold was down 2.8%. Today it was in the last 2 days it was down 4.3%, and from the top over here it was down like 5%. Silver is also down by a bunch. Silver also dropped down big time, 5.28% over here, 6-7% up here in the last 2 days. So for some reason they dumped down big time towards downside over here. And my lines up here, it looks like just retesting something. So, you know, the pullback in the bigger picture is not actually that bad, but the fact that we are having this, you know, big moves towards downside tells me that volatility is kicking in. I don't think we have a volume on gold or anything like that. No, we don't have gold volume on gold, silver, because these are, you know, futures. But it did pull back big time. Oil, let me see oil on the daily time frame up here. Oil pulled back a couple of days before that. 4-5%, but just pulling back a little bit, Oil's actually, oil chart and DXY chart kind of look the same, don't you guys think? Look at the oil chart. Look at the oil chart and then look at the DXY chart. I mean, it is the same chart, right? So if there is anything that's correlated, it's oil and DXY. These two charts look the same to me. I don't know about you, but they look the same to me. So if oil goes up, dollar goes up. If oil goes down, the dollar goes down. I don't know which one is pulling which one, but you know, it's easier to figure out what oil is gonna do than figure out what the dollar is gonna do. So there is that. So we might start charting the oil instead of the dollar. Gold, silver doesn't have the same chart as the dollar, but right now the oil and the gold has this. Oil and the dollar has actually the same chart. Anyways, right now altcoins are actually back down again, a couple of percentages. Bitcoin is again, you know, a little bit. Bitcoin dominance is again a little bit above that. But overall, if you look at let me find some chart on some coins that are. Let's see over here. VeChain up here is also down here a bunch. They're just consolidating, just pulling back. Like stuff is just pulling back. They didn't break major support levels over here. Over here they did, but you know, they're still just pulling back. We got also this very nice doji up here on Tezos as well. Aptos up here, there is no doji up here. Harmony 1. Near did well yesterday, if I remember correctly. Near did actually very good, like 10-11% or something like that. Where is Near over here? Yeah, Near looks bullish, guys. Near looks very, very bullish. I don't know why, but Near looks very, very bullish. I think there are a couple more charts that look very bullish, but Near right now, Kaspa is kind of coming back up again. Where is Sui? So you tried to go up here, came to the midline up here, broke down. Right now consolidating. And there was another chart I actually wanted to show you, but I don't know where that chart. Yeah, there is this one chart. So let me find something over here. And this might be bullish for XRP, guys. We're gonna talk about the XRP. I'm gonna show you something that I noticed But first, let me show you what we talked about yesterday, because this has something to do with, let me just find the photos over here. Let me show you something yesterday that I posted in the chat. We talked about on the stream, and where is it? Not this one. Not this one. Huh? Where is it? Didn't we talk about it in the chats not so long ago? This is a flagging pattern. Yeah, it's a flagging pattern. Oh wait, so man, I should have figured this out before we started the stream. But if you want to hear about XRP, stick around for 5 more minutes. So I'm gonna, where is it? Here we go. So we were looking at 5-minute chart not so long ago, and this is the 5-minute chart of Bitcoin. And if you remember, we talked about this pattern. It goes straight up, pulls back, goes all the way up, and then, you know, continues going towards downside. These kind of type of patterns are very, very common, and it looks like, you know, they continue. This is some kind of, you know, start of some kind of flagging pattern. And you'll also see this pattern on another chart. Over here, for example, this is on Goldfinch, because I just noticed that right after the stream, I noticed that, you know, the same kind of pattern, you know, pull back, you know, goes towards upside, pulls back, goes up, and then continues down. So this looks like some kind of, you know, flagging pattern being, you know, happening. Now, if you go to XRP part, XRP USD over here, I think it's on Poloniex. Yeah, Poloniex. If you go over here to logarithmic chart, if you remove everything up here from the chart as well, and everything down there, and go to logarithmic chart, it looks like this was over here a flagging part. Now just in a bigger picture, right? Big move up, pull back over here, big move down, and then you have this flagging part. So this part over here is the same kind of, you know, pattern that's happening, right? Then you have this flagging part up here. So all the way up here it has been flagging, right? Pull, you know, go towards upside, creates the bottom up here, does this move towards upside over here, and continues over here towards upside. And right now I expect another move towards upside. Over here, I don't know if you can see that, but because we don't have, do we have more chart? XRP USDT, USD, and Kraken maybe? No. Which chart? XRP USD. Do we have a full chart of XRP? Number 7. No. I thought this was over here as well. Regardless, this looks like XRP. This looks like flagging pattern, XRP USD. Bitstamp maybe. Regardless, this looks like a flagging pattern, just the same way I just showed you. This pattern over here looks like a flagging pattern, and then it does this move towards upside and continue, you know, flagging over here, consolidating. So maybe you guys are right when it comes to XRP. This is gonna go to the, you know, 400. I don't know. Regardless, I was just I thought it was interesting that it's kind of the same pattern. That's all I'm trying to say. XRP is kind of the same pattern, right? You got this, you know, move up over here, you got a pull back, you got you know, this flagging towards downside, you got this you know, jump over here. You can see this jump over here, then you got this consolidation, and then you got some kind of move, right? But it is you know, this part over here, this first part is the flagging part start of the move. That's all I'm trying to say. There is that. XRP is just that. Maybe that as well. Morning, Michael. How you doing, man? Who is this clean-shaven young man? Pepe's bullshit. If S&P 5 going up, Bitcoin goes down. Maybe. I don't know which one. I don't know which one is following which one, but there is that. Guys, we are still watching on the 4-hourly the rising wedge, how it's gonna play out. So, you know, short term, this is all that matters. Like nothing else matters beside this. This is the one that's matter, and the only thing we are looking for on the breakdown where the support is, before the move towards upside. And if it breaks towards upside, we are looking whether we're gonna get a rejection box towards downside, or is this just gonna continue towards upside. So regardless of how you look at it, both the breakouts or the, you know, breakdowns are still, you know, looking at, you know, towards upside, regardless of how you, you know, switch it, turn it around. So everything right now is telling us that, you know, the next move after the breakdown, if it does happen, it's towards upside over here. And if you do break towards upside over here as well, just immediately, you know, it's towards upside, guys. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Enjoy the day. If it's sunny, it's sunny. If it's rainy, it's rainy. Enjoy it regardless. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. Depends if I have anything to talk about or not. If I shave again or not. Bye-bye, guys. I'll see you around. Where is my outro?